Okay, let's get started with watercolor painting. This is a piece of masonite. You can use any kind of a board to tape your watercolor paper to. You can use painter's tape, or you can just use masking tape. And what you want to do is put this along the edge, because that's going to keep your paper from curling up. When you get a lot of water on your paper, the paper does curl. You leave this on till the next day for sure before you pull the tape off, or you leave it on for many days, but at least for sure 1 day. So tape your paper down. Now you have some choices to make how you're gonna put some texture on the background. One of the ways you can go is spray water on, and you don't want to get too much. Or if you don't have a spray bottle, what you need to do is just take water. And watercolor painting, you don't want to scrub the paper. You just put water on here lightly, or you can take a foam brush like this and put your water on very fast. Do not scrub. If you scrub your paper, it'll start to get little balls of paper on here in texture, and it'll wreck your paper. So it's very fragile. So now what you want to do is take your tray like this, if you have one, and you can put your watercolor paints in there. This is dried out, but if I add water to it, it'll come back to life. And then you have a plastic cover like this, you can store your paint. But if you don't have something like this, just take a plastic cover, put your paint on, and you can mix right on here. I'm just going to put a little bit. Always make sure you close these tight, because if you don't, obviously that will dry out. And then you cannot get this out of the tube. So put it whatever colors you want on your tray. Space them apart however you want. Again, tighten this up really tight right away. This is too easy to forget later. All right, now what you want to do is quickly put your color on. And you'll see the water on here where it's running. Okay, I gotta quickly get a little bit more paint on here. I'm mixing light. You don't have to. On this, I added water to my brush just to get this more watery. I want this kind of not real dark, but I don't want it super light either. Because what I'm going to do for a texture, and notice I'm just lightly sweeping over. I want to quit very quickly. I don't want to do a lot of scrubbing, because that'll wreck my paper. Now I can take table salt and sprinkle on here, and you'll see the little dots. Now what you want to do is just leave that alone, so that you here, I see it. Get this off, because it'll be permanently dried on there, and it came from the brush. Ah, look at the neat little texture I can do with my hands or fingertip. So that's a way to, if you see something you don't like, you can always change it. Okay, you have to leave that dry till the next day before you put any new colors on there. We'll come back to that the next day and see what the salt did.